MrBeast's strategy to millions of subscribers, millions of views, and millions of dollars of profit. I'm going to lay out the details of how he's done it and how you can do it as well. Obviously, it's going to take a lot of work. MrBeast, or aka Jimmy Donaldson, aka MrBeast. Obviously, it's Jimmy Donaldson. He started his channel around 12 or 13. There's some not sure completely. I have to, hopefully, Jimmy, you reach out to me, let me know for sure. Love to get you on and obviously pick your brain to know all the details. But he started off as a gamer doing gaming channels, and then got into doing additional content and really got obsessed with YouTube and creating content that went viral and engaging. He kept trying, looking at data and so forth from the information that I've received. Before I get into any more information about this and how the strategy works and how it can help you grow to millions of dollars in revenue, subscribers, and watch time, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Okay, so once we get into that, MrBeast started in high school, obviously when he was 12 or 13 years old. He was really obsessed. His mom forced him to go to college, and about, I think, around 2 weeks, he dropped out because he was so obsessed with creating YouTube content. I think it's like most of us when we first market ourselves online or do something with internet marketing, and we make money doing something we enjoy, or we make money. I remember way back in the day, obviously I'm a little older than MrBeast, is I sent out an email when email marketing first started. And I sent out an email, and one email that took me maybe, I don't know, 5 minutes to write, I made like $200 off of it. And at that point, I was super hooked, which drove me into more internet marketing, growing a business in it, and so forth. But anyway, this is about MrBeast, not myself. So MrBeast has since, like I said, he's been obsessed, and he's taken on a role where he's become more of a giver, a philanthropist, somebody that really has found joy in helping people. Coincidentally, this has also helped his channel grow massively. When people see him giving away $1 million or a private island or $10,000 or food or so forth, it gets people so engrossed in his videos that obviously gets more watch time, more subscribers, and that goodwill goes a long way in his process. He's always been about reinvesting every dime he generates. So he puts tons of money into his content, tons of money into growing his channels, in his editing processes, in his approach to brainstorming, his equipment, and so forth. You'll notice in a lot of his videos, he'll talk about when he first got started. Every dime he made, he would then reinvest and buy a nicer camera or better equipment or learn more. And he's just, set goals for himself to just do videos on a regular basis, maybe one a day or one every other day. Obviously, during this time process, he's gotten burnt out, he's gotten exhausted, he's gotten frustrated. Because let's face it, when you first get started and you have no subscribers, you have very little watch time, you're not making any profit, it can be a struggle. And I think this is much like any business out there. Most entrepreneurs, when they first get started in business, it's a grind, it's a hustle. And most, like I said, most businesses go belly up in 2 years because people don't have the wherewithal to just stay committed, stay determined to keep pushing until they figure out that secret sauce, so to speak, or what's going to really drive them. I mean, you can watch some of his videos, like his first video that went viral is crazy. So like I'll pull it up here on the screen, is I counted to 100,000. Like, obviously you can watch this. It's about a 24-hour video with time lapse, It's got over 21 million views, and this dude counted to 100,000 on the channel. Like, and it's gotten 20 million views. I don't know why so many people are so engaged to watch somebody count to 100,000. It's just like they're so shocked that he actually did it that they're willing to watch this video. I think there is an error in the video where he miscounts, but hey, who's keeping track? Bottom line is it got massive views. I'm assuming it got tons of subscribers, and it helped people connect with him. At the end of the day, this is about engagement, watch times, and getting people to connect with your channel. So hopefully you're connecting with my channel and you like the information I'm sharing with you. So now let's kind of dive into MrBeast and how he operates in all his channels. So we're gonna go into this. So if you look at MrBeast, his main channel, which started off as MrBeast 6000, so it's over 51 million subscribers right now. Then he has another channel, which is MrBeast Gaming. It's 13 million subscribers. And then he has Beast Philanthropy has 1.4, almost 1.5 million subscribers. There's not even any videos on this right now. Just shows you the power he has to just get people to subscribe. How many people? He has Beast Reacts, is 4 million subscribers. So the list goes on. I'm sure you're wondering how much is he making, and I'm going to dive into the numbers in a while. Again, MrBeast Shorts, almost 4 million subscribers. Let's just shut this video off. Oops, did not mean to click that. And go into there. The next one he has here, and I think these are all his channels. The Mr. Bro, which is over 3 million subscribers. And let's go into the next one, which is MrBeast 2, which is close to 2 million subscribers. So I'm sure you're wondering, right, like, how much is MrBeast generating in revenue, or how do you track a YouTuber's salary or income based off of factors? So let me dive into the math. So obviously there's CPM and now there's RPM. And let's go through the math so you can understand how to calculate this either on your own, for other people's channels, and so forth. So let's go and just do the math right now. Okay, so let's go into the YouTube math here. So there's cost per million as well as RPM, which we'll get it. So cost per million is basically cost per 1,000 impressions. And so the way this works is, this is kind of the old formula to calculate it. And for example, let's say we have a hamburger company who wants to advertise on your channel and is willing to pay $3 per ad impression, right? So then therefore, based off of how many impressions you get $3 per those impressions. So if you get 50,000 impressions times $3 comes out to, what is that, $150,000 dollars worth of ad impressions. But then you have to remember, based off of this formula, Google needs to take their cut, and that would be around, let's say 45%, and you'd get 55%. So then instead of really $3 an ad impression, your 55% would be closer to $1, you know, $25, $30-ish. And then that's how you get the math for that. So the more accurate way is the RPM method, and that's where you take your earnings based off of your views times 1,000, and that gets you a more direct formula. What does that really mean? So I dove into this and looked at the numbers and figured out what's a simpler way of looking at a channel and to figure out, based off their views, how much they're making roughly. Obviously, there's a handful of calculators out there that work well. You can do that, but I wanted to know the actual math. So let's dive into MrBeast's channel or channels just to go in the last 30 days. And if you're wondering how I got these numbers, so if we go to MrBeast's channel, there's a great free software. Obviously, there's a paid version of it. I highly recommend it. I have an affiliate link in the bottom to get it. So if you're on MrBeast's home, you click in stats and you go into vidIQ. Hold on, let me get rid of this. The sound of this video, what is playing here. Let's turn this off.
I just closed my 4th client. This time for...
Okay, now that I got that annoying video shut off, again, there's a few softwares that I really recommend. Affiliate links down in the links to the description. One I'm going to go through is vidIQ, but there's also TubeBuddy, which is a great software. But all I'm doing is clicking stats on his channel. And then I'm going to select here. I'm going to just go last 30 days. And you can see here, 540 million. If you come back to my information here, obviously it's already changed based off of the time that I've recorded this. But so roughly in the last 30 days, we're right around these numbers. So this is just the MrBeast channel, the gaming channel, Reacts channel. So the total amount in the last 30 days is roughly around 912 million. So then getting into the math, because you want to know how much money is MrBeast making just from his YouTube channel. So the simple math to figure this out is the YouTube earnings math. Is when you look at a channel, you basically go to the YouTube views per month divided by 1,000, and then the typical RPM range is anywhere from 2 to 4. It's a little less than that, but I rounded the numbers up here, off here to make it simple and easy math. So based off of this formula of those views per month divided by 1,000, so MrBeast Math is obviously the number of views that we've gotten divided by 1,000, which equals this number here. Pretty simple when you're dividing by 1,000. Then you're going to multiply from $2 or to $4, which is the typical RPM range, right? And that comes out anywhere from about $1.8 million to $3.6 million. And this is the monthly revenue. So obviously, if you want to multiply it by 12, you can get the annual revenue. So obviously, if it's 12 times this, roughly that's around about 23 or so million dollars. This one is right around, let's say 3.6. So if we round up to 4 times 12, let's go for around $45 million annual just off his channels, his YouTube channels. It's a pretty nice profit. I'm sure you guys would love that. Hopefully that motivates you to work harder on YouTube. Again, massive respect out to MrBeast all and everything he's doing to be able to generate that. So that's not all the money he makes, though. You have to remember, MrBeast has then diversified, and he's now creating apps that's on the market, and he's going to start probably profiting. He has his own MrBeast burgers where he has his restaurant, and it's they're ghost kitchens set up everywhere. So you can order MrBeast. And obviously what he's doing from his channels is creating mass publicity across the nation for people to start ordering his food. And obviously a ghost kitchen is basically, he has close to 300 restaurants that serve his food. So you can order online and then have that food delivered to you, and obviously he's generating even more money based off of this. He also has an app called Finger on the App here where you can win, I think originally it started with 25 or 20,000. Now it's 100,000. He'll soon start monetizing this to bring in even more revenue. And you can see the MrBeast burgers here. You can view the menu here. You can see the burgers. If you go on YouTube, you can see massive amounts of people talking about the burgers, and is gaining tons of publicity and growing from there. He also has his MrBeast apparel. So let's see if I found that. Here is his shop, MrBeast. So he has his apparel line too. So I'm sure he's generating even more revenue by selling his apparel. As well, you can't forget the other sources of income from his sponsorships. Any, like, if you were to do this, any products, courses, affiliate commissions, and so forth, his sponsors could pay anywhere from $5,000 to $25,000 per video, and then he could get base payments as well as commissions based off of that. I know he has a deal with Honey, the app, on that, as well as I'm sure he's gonna. So he's really created a brand for himself where he's growing multiple revenue streams, and that's where he's generating even more money. So obviously other ways he could monetize it with live streams, purchase super chats and super stickers, channel memberships, and monthly revenue that would bring in, as well as all those other factors. Based off of all those numbers, we could roughly say, this is obviously an estimate, only he can tell you the truth, but based off of everything that he's doing, he could be a billionaire in the next 2 to 5 years, based off of the growth and him constantly inventing new ways to monetize his channel, as well as his influence in the marketplace and his authority that's just continually driving more revenue in his doors. And I guarantee with what he's doing, he's only going to create more and more channels, which will then be able to continue to drive his mission, get more views, either open up more kitchens, apps, so forth, software that will then just grow his profits even more. So he could be making anywhere around 20 to 50 million right now. So that's just a rough estimate, but that shows you the potential of what's going on and how he's really monetizing his channel in multiple ways. It's not just YouTube anymore. Now it's restaurants, it's apparel, it's apps, and so forth. So this is something that you could do with your channel, and it shows you how effective creating a brand is, and how you can utilize that brand once you have that level of influence. Okay, so how does he make this happen? So obviously he invests everything he has. He produces multiple channels. He promotes his friends, his community. He does crowdfunding. He gets now people to pay for his videos from sponsors. He has done a phenomenal job of creating sponsorships with inside the videos themselves, so they're much more engaging as opposed to something that's a clickable ad and so forth. And he has such an influence where advertisers are coming to him directly to either sponsor his video, pay for his videos, or provide an engaging sponsor with inside his video. And obviously he's getting revenue for that based off of that, as well as the revenue from the advertisers on Google and the platform in there. So the biggest thing in how he's making this happen is he's continually to provide such massive goodwill to his audience, and he's building relationships where he has not only his own channels. I know he has his brother's channel that has over 1 million followers. He has friends, he has influencers. He's now engaging with PewDiePie and other YouTubers out there to grow a massive following and community that just makes his success multiply exponentially. So again, when you create such a powerful fan base and create so much influence from a standpoint of when you're giving away things like an Oprah and millions of dollars, you're going to get so many people that are engaged with you and want to subscribe to you, because people can naturally just, get $10,000 just being subscribed to that to his channel. So it's a phenomenal method, and he's really broken the code or the algorithm to YouTube to really monetize it as effectively as possible. Okay, so what is his strategy? So obviously the key to his strategy to get videos to go viral is he adds multiple components to his videos, right? A lot of times they're money related. There's challenges, there's drama, there's pranks, there's reactions to either people receiving their money, him buying them cars, so the engagement. And there's also him featuring very large YouTubers that are already piggybacking off his following or their following and so forth. So it's really engaging. So when you use those factors or a combination, challenges, money focused, an emotional tug and pull is very important to really get that video to go viral. So how does he really beat the algorithm, right? With the click-through rates. So he creates titles and thumbnails, and obviously he's now running off his credibility. But if you look at his thumbnails, they're nothing crazy or insane. They're very simple. They're very engaging. They make you want to click on it, as well as if you read the titles. I open a restaurant that pays you to eat at it, right? People want to know. I put 1 million whatever Orbeez in my friend's backyard. So again, people want to click on that. It's very engaging. It's simple. And then when he goes through his video, he does a simple hook. He tells exactly what the video is about, and then he goes through the video and makes it more engaging. And then he ends the video with the finale of what people really wanted to find out, which creates a very engaging video. He creates all those people reacting inside the video emotionally from what happens, how it turned out, when they receive their money, how thankful for them. It gets a lot of emotion stirring, which really builds that watch time. He does a great job with the intros, the insane shock and awes that just draw you in with the crazy outlandish things. He makes videos that you can't really duplicate, right? So unless you can't really, not everybody can give away $1 million or buy everything in 5 stores or, give people $10,000. So it's very hard to duplicate his channel and just copy what he's saying. Obviously you can copy what I'm doing. I'm just doing a video about what he's going on here. It's very easy to duplicate and so forth. I'm not giving anybody $10,000 or $100,000 to like this or subscribe to it. I'm not saying if I get 1 million views on this video, you'll get $1 million, right? I'm not doing that, but he is doing that where it makes it almost or impossible to duplicate what he's doing. So that's making him stand out amongst the crowd. Obviously his videos are longer. The sweet spot is around 10 to 20 minutes. That creates more ad revenues, obviously more engagement. It also drives up the watch time. YouTube is all about watch time, click-through rates to go to multiple videos, and it basically binge on their channel, right? So engaging tactics is being able to tell a very good story, have a great hook, and finish the video with the end results. So holding out all that information until the very end of the video to show the people's reaction, showing them they get 10 grand. And this is not always the same strategy. You want to mix it up. Sometimes you want to show people and give them what they want right off the bat so people continue to watch the video. And it just builds more credibility, authority, and positioning with your channel, right? So if we just go back into the simplistic things of what you need to do to increase watch time is to have a simple hook, be unique. You need a unique selling proposition from a standpoint of, are you doing contests? Are you giving rewards? Are you making your channel impossible to duplicate? Do you really care about your fan base? The one thing that you can see with Jimmy is he's very authentic. It's who he is. He really, I think, deeply cares to help people, provide value, make it fun and entertaining. He ultimately loves being an entertainer on YouTube, and now has found what really works to generate millions and millions of views for his channel. And if you just look at these last few video uploads, 31 million, 36 million, 31 million. So it's just an insane ability to be able to create that. So being able to create that influence, integrate with sponsors, once you start generating more revenue, diversifying your funds, you can really build your brand up utilizing YouTube. I highly recommend promoting your content and growing your channel on YouTube. It is so important. You can build a business without having any less than 1,000 subscribers, because let's just say you have 100 people that really care about what you have to offer, and you sell a course or a program or something, and obviously you're not monetized on Google, but 100 of those people buy a course from you at $1,000. Well, that's $100,000 you could be generating just based off of the influencing you're creating with your brand. Obviously, if you have a channel that has 51 million subscribers and multiple channels, you can see the type of revenue you can generate. So it's extremely important to start promoting yourself and being in front of your audience and providing value. So how do you do this besides just off of YouTube, right? You have to remember there's other things that you could be doing, right? You look at MrBeast, 3.8 million followers on his Facebook channel. On Twitter, he engages with his audience and so forth. So he's doing the multiple streams, repurposing content. So again, 9 million followers on Twitter. His Instagram channel, he has 12 million followers. His TikTok has 13.8 million followers. So he's engaging with people on across the board on all levels on social media and so forth. So this guy is working his behind off. This is a man on a mission. So if you really want to be successful like MrBeast, it's not like you can just do 1 or 2 videos. You have to be addicted to being successful, figuring out what works, researching, contacting, communicating with other YouTubers or people that are doing what you want to strive to be great at. So again, success leaves clues. So if you look at Jimmy and his ability to just be consistent, post regular videos from his channel from the beginning has got him here. And then analyzing that data to see what works and to continue to progress. He's obviously gotten some great minds to help him create the ghost kitchens, the apps, and other things to diversify and generate even more revenue, his apparel line, and so forth. So remember, if you put in the work, you stay consistent, and you keep pushing, you can move mountains and generate even massive amounts of money, goodwill, profit, and do major things in your marketplace. So don't stop, be consistent, keep pushing, have that drive. One thing you can do that hopefully inspires you, or MrBeast or Jimmy inspires you to do, is stay consistent on your mission. And even if you get a few setbacks, you keep pushing. Take your time, reevaluate, and keep driving to succeed in reaching to your goals. Hopefully this video was really helpful and you've learned a lot. Please like and subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell. And hey, Jimmy, if you're watching this video, aka MrBeast, I know you're crazy busy. Please hit me up. Love to contact you, pick your brain, and dive into even more detail on what you're really doing to master or break YouTube to a whole nother level. All right, everybody, take care and thank you. And we Appreciate everybody, and like I said, please hit subscribe. Leave some comments below. Tell us what you want to see next, and if you have any questions. All right, thank you. Take care. Wish you the best.